the situations that really brought the most growth for me was when I was kind of forced into solitude. At the time, it felt not really like solitude, it was more like isolation and loneliness. But it was a term, solitude builds fortitude, was a term that really had to come about, because if it didn't, I could have easily been swallowed up by the darkness of loneliness and isolation and all those negative feelings that comes with it. So it was a mindset shift of empowering myself to kind of make the best out of a worse situation. The old cliche, right? But that's a prime example of how you can really shift your psychology into actually making that happen. Like, you know, before going to London to go and work and live, I thought it was going to be this massive adventure, and I was excited. That's what I actually signed up for. But once I got over there and obviously away from friends and family, which didn't bother me at the time, but because you kind of get sucked into the rat race in London to kind of keep up with the pound and trying to pay all the bills and save some money or whatnot, you're forced to work like a horse. So you get excluded from, the normal person will get excluded from that social interaction, but when you don't know anybody and you're forced into that, you're obviously very isolated. But it's up to you whether you let that situation define you or you define that situation. And that's what I had to do. It didn't happen straight away. Obviously, there was days and weeks of darkness, but defining that situation was a necessity for me at the time. And it's the decisions that you make in that situation that defines the outcome of that situation itself. So now, moving forward, I don't recommend that you go and lock yourself in a dark room and be isolated so you can come have these, premonitions of enlightenment. No, not at all. But you definitely should take out 20, 30 minutes a day, or 30 minutes 3 times a week if you're so busy, and just sit there in silence and observe your thoughts, observe what's going on upstairs. Just see what the habit, belief systems, the habitual patterns of thoughts that go on up there. Because for me, initially, when I observed those habitual patterns, they weren't really what I signed up for. But you got to create yourself. You have to create new habits. You have to create new belief systems, like solitude builds fortitude, so that it empowers you. So when you hear that thought in your head, it goes off, and you believe it, and it gives you something. It doesn't take away from you. So sit in silence. No phone, no music, no reading, no nothing. Just sit in silence by yourself. Get to know yourself. And as Tim Ferriss says, create yourself.